Chapter 129, Eating Popcorn. After arriving at the Four Seasons Hotel, Su Cheng got off the car. He already knew which room Chongqing was in, and he also knew that the underground money house and some other forces may come for Chongqing. $1 billion of debt was not a small number, and if Chongqing's life was put on a bounty list in the criminal underworld, the value would be over a couple $1 million for sure for the amount of money he owed other people. In fact, that old Chen of East Gate, who wanted to fish in troubled waters, had a simple plan, and it was to take this opportunity to kill Chongqing. Then, not only could he give 2 casinos to the underground money house, he could also keep 2 while doing all of this as a favor to those that were after Chongqing. The 4 gates indeed needed to forget about the past and reinvent themselves, or they would forever be tagged as criminal organizations. The collapse of the 4 gates era might be the only way to get rid of that tag, so if the collapse of North Gate and West Gate could completely satisfy the officials, then East Gate wouldn't mind sacrificing those 2. If the 4 gates all stayed in power and dragged on the stalemate, then all 4 gates would progress towards doom. So, sometimes, some people need to become cannon fodder. So, old Chen orchestrated all of this, instigating West Gate, which already had a grudge with Su Cheng, to kill him after the fall of North Gate, hoping to get some face back for the 4 gates. But, old Chen was smart because he only showed his approval but didn't participate. The whole thing was executed by Master Qin of West Gate. But, little did they expect that the little officer would not be easy to deal with at all. Now, not only did the plan fall through, they also got bitten back. Just like a very low-key snake hiding in the forest, when he suddenly bites you, no one knows if the snake's poison was deadly or not. Right now, West Gate was in that state of waiting to find out. Su Cheng came to the floor Chongqing was on. He activated his penetrating vision and looked into that room. What made him want to laugh was, that old fox wasn't inside. What a sly old man! Then, Su Cheng came to the lobby, showed his badge to the manager and then came with him to the surveillance room. From there, he saw the footage of Chongqing checking in and also when he left. Just half an hour ago, he last appeared in the surveillance at the underground parking lot. Not long after, a man in a trench coat went up in an elevator. After getting out, he immediately walked towards Chongqing's room. It was unknown why he had the room key, but he opened the door with ease while having a pair of gloves on. Then, he suddenly pulled out his gun and went into the room. There was no one inside, and Su Cheng saw the killer nonchalantly rummaging around the room. Then, he hid inside the bathroom, probably thinking about waiting for Chongqing to get back and then killing him. After a while, another person came out from the elevator. He was in a pair of shades, which was quite odd to be wearing at night. He was in a suit and was carrying a file bag. He also had a master key and easily opened the door when he got to Chongqing's room. It was a little dim inside, and the only light source was the neon lights from the high-rise buildings in the city shining into the building. Seeing that no one was in the room, his keen senses as a hitman told him his target was probably hiding somewhere. He began walking towards the washroom, and the killer in the trench coat hiding inside pointed his gun at the bathroom door. He was planning to shoot the moment the door opened. The man in a suit wasn't in a hurry to open the door to the bathroom, as he played a little trick instead. He first turned on the light, and immediately, the bathroom became as bright as day, scaring the killer in the trench coat to instinctively pull the trigger at the door that was still closed. Then, the man in the suit suddenly turned the light off, and twisting the doorknob, he opened the door and began making consecutive shots towards the inside. The killer in the trench coat was dying on the ground after taking a few hits, and that was when the man in the suit turned on the lights, making the shocking realization that the guy he killed wasn't Chongqing. Watching this, Su Cheng had to admit that Chongqing was pretty smart, as he knew to leak his whereabouts and check the reaction. Unexpectedly, within half an hour of giving away his whereabouts, 2 killers arrived. After seeing this, Su Cheng left the surveillance room and came to the elevator. As he saw the elevator from Chongqing's floor come down, he pressed the down button. The elevator door opened, and inside stood the guy in the suit, still holding that file bag. That was the killer that had just killed the other hitman in the trench coat. Su Cheng noticed the subtle change in the killer's eyes, in which a hint of panic flashed past the moment he saw Su Cheng. That meant the killer recognized him. Su Cheng just casually walked into the elevator and pressed the button for the underground parking level. When the door closed, Su Cheng looked at the killer through the reflection of the metallic door, and he faintly smiled. "You nervous?" The killer's eyes narrowed. Su Cheng continued, "Don't think about pulling your gun. You already emptied your clip earlier and didn't reload. The killer's face changed dramatically as Su Cheng turned around to look at him. As a professional killer, you don't count your bullets. The killer suddenly moved, but Su Cheng's foot was a lot faster than his movement. After a loud bam, he directly kicked the killer into the wall of the elevator, causing him to start puking blood. The explosive strength from Su Cheng was no joke, and one kick alone was enough to deprive this hitman of his ability to fight back. When the elevator got to the underground parking level, Su Cheng dragged that unconscious ass out and threw him into his car. Then, he headed in the direction of another van. In that car, Chongqing was in a call with Old Chen. Chongqing, what's the meaning of the video you sent? Old Chen was furious. Chongqing sneered. Nothing. I just wanted to tell you, we all aren't doing this for the first day, so isn't it a bit cunning for you to pull something like this? Don't tell me the hitman in the suit wasn't sent by you. Tisk tisk, you want to kill me? But look, the guy your guy killed belongs to that side, right? Tell me, if I sent this video to those people, you will probably be in big trouble, right? Old Chen, Chongqing, I underestimated you, you old fox. Tell me, what do you want? Chongqing, didn't I tell you? Get out there and stall those two forces for me, and let them know that I will give each of them one casino. Old Chen gritted his teeth. Then what about me? What can I get from this? Chongqing, if you came yourself, then maybe I would have had a sincere talk with you. But now, sorry, you can only run my errands for me for free. I will give you one night, and the planning is up to you. After tonight, I will be waiting for those two forces representatives to meet me to negotiate a truce. If you can't do it, then I will send this video to those people. Then, Chongqing directly hung up. At that moment, a voice suddenly sounded from his back seat. Mr. Chong. Chongqing immediately turned around and saw Su Cheng sitting right behind him, since God knows when. His face immediately paled from shock. When did you come in? Su Cheng faintly smiled. Shouldn't you be asking what did you hear first?